Hello students. So in today's class we are going to discuss about the remaining concepts related to string functions. So in the string function already we have discussed regarding single and double quotes. So whatever characters or special symbols that you enclose within a single quotes or a double quotes will be treated as a string. So that is what we have discussed in the previous class. And now we are going to discuss about the triple quotes. So triple quotes can be represented by using a single quotes three times, or you can make use of the double quotes three times. That represents a triple quotes. So this is also called as a multi-line strings. So what is the main difference between the single, double and triple quotes? If you see, when you make use of the single and double quotes, both will be treated in the same manner in a single and double quotes. So if you see here in this particular example, inside the double quotes or inside the single quotes, what they have done here is you have to make use of any escape sequences if you want to highlight a specific or if you want to insert the quotes as a special character. So if you see here in this example, they have used double quotes as a whole for the string, and inside what they have used here is they have used escape sequence, that is the backslash along with double quotes to insert the quotes as a special character. But when you make use of a triple quote, you don't have to use this escape sequence, that is the backslash. You can directly insert whatever symbols you wanted to give or whatever quotes you wanted to insert in between, even an apostrophe. So if you want to highlight the text with a special character, you can make use of it directly in the triple quote. So you don't have to make use of any escape sequences in the triple quotes. So that is the main difference between the triple quotes and single and double quotes. Now let us see an example related to this. So if you see here, for the variable yes, they have declared a string using the triple quotes. And if you see here, you don't have to make use of the slash n. Usually to type to make the text to type to display in the next line, or to span the text multiple in the multiple lines, we will make use of the escape sequences, right? So that is not necessary here because we have used a triple quota. So you can give as per your wish. So this is a multi-line string example they have given. So whatever you give within the triple quotes, the same will be displayed in the output. Similarly, you can make this using the double quotes also. So three double quotes, if you use it together, that represents a triple quote. So whatever you give here within the triple quote, that will be displayed here if you give print of S. So this is how a triple quote will work. And now let us see about traversing a string. So traversing means accessing all the elements of the string one after the other by using the subscript or index value. So which means whatever values you give to a computer, what will happen? Everything gets stored in the form of an index values. So each and every value where the computer stores will have an index position that we have discussed already. So index position always starts from 0. So if you look at the example which has been given here, the character, the string hello world will be stored inside each and every slots. Each and every character will be stored inside different slots, and each and every character will hold different index position. Always your index position starts from 0 and it will end till whatever characters you have given with given for the string. So hello world till exclamation mark. So starting from 0 till 11, the index position has been allocated, and overall if you consider the length of the string is 12. So from 0 till 11, if you count, you will have totally 12 characters. That will be the length, that will be considered as the length of the string. And traversing, I have told you, to access each and every element individually. Element in the sense each and every character. If you want to access each and every character individually instead of the entire string, you have to make use of the index value. So this index value is also called as the subscript. Got it. And each character in a string, you have, as usual, I have told you, which has an index value, and the index value starts from 0 and it should be an integer. And if you look at this index position, it can have the positive index values as well as it can have the negative index values. And if you look at the positive index, it always starts from left to right. But if you look at the negative index, it starts from right to left. So I'll show you one example related to this. So if you see here, see, Python is a string they have given, and in this Python, if you allocate positive index, what will happen? You have to start from 0 and you have to end till where the string ends. So 0 till 5 is the positive index. And if you look at the negative index, I have told you it will start from -1. Yes, that is from the right side. So -1 till Wherever the string ends, you have to allocate the values. So an index value can be a positive or negative integer, but but you should not but it should not be any floating point types. So because if you try to give any floating point or the other different types for the index position, it will result in the type error. So that is the reason we have to use only the integer related values, a positive index or the negative index. And look at this example. See how they are accessing each and every character. For example, variable 1 is a variable they have used here, and for this particular variable, they have they have declared a string hello world. And now we are going to access the characters individually by using the index position. So if I give print of along with the variable name, you have to access the characters by using the index positions. That too, you have to make use of the square brackets. So variable 1 of 0 if I give, look at the index position for 0. In the index position 0, you have the character h. So h will be retrieved. Similarly, in variable 1 of 4, if you consider, in 4 you have the value, you have the character o. So that o will be retrieved over here. And if I give variable 1 of minus 8, so count from the last one over here, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6. Even the space will also be considered as one character. Minus 7, minus 8. So L will be retrieved. Similarly, minus 5 if you consider, minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So W will be retrieved. So this is how each and every elements will be retrieved using the subscript or index position. Got it? And as I have told, and if you try to access any characters which is out of the index range, so out of the index range means here what is the total number of character, what is the total number of characters you have? Only still 6, that is 0 till 5. But if you try to access more than that, it will result in an error because there is no value out of 5, right? If I try to access the value like print of string a of 6, if I'm going to give the index position, it will result in an error because there is no such values, right? So you have to access the values only within the index range. And now let us see the same example related to this. See here, for hello world, even the character will also be considered as, even the space will also be considered as one character. So starting from 0 till 11, here the positive index always starts from left to right, and the negative index starts from minus 1, and from right to left. So starting from minus 1 till minus 12, they have given. And to iterate through the string. So how can we iterate through the string using a for loop? So if you look at this example, string str is a variable, and for this variable they have declared the string computer science within single quotes. And now we are going to make use of for loop to iterate through the string. So for I is a control variable, in str is a variable, so it will check each and every value and it will assign each and every value to the variable I. So the values are present inside the variable string, and it will iterate through each and every character, and it gets displayed over here in the output. And now special string operations. So if you consider some special string operations, it can be done with the help of 6 different operators like slicing, updating, concatenating, repetition, membership, and reverse. So concatenating. So concatenating, we have discussed a lot regarding this, which means you can create a new string, or you can create a new string by adding 2 strings together. So concatenating means joining 2 strings together by using the plus operator. So plus operator, when you use between the 2 strings, that is called as concatenation. Got it. And let us see how to use this concatenation operator. So if you see here, they are trying to join, or they are trying to add 2 strings, hello and world. So hello is a separate string and world is a separate string. And what they are trying to do here, they have given a space after this O, because if you give a space over here, that space will be displayed over here in the output. If you're not going to give a space, and if you're going to close the quotes over here itself, space will not be provided and it will be displayed together. So that is why the white space has been given before you end the quota. So hello plus world will be displayed as hello world. So you can add 2 strings together. Similarly, you can also concatenate 2 strings without using the plus operator in this form. So good is a separate string and morning is a separate string, and when you leave a space in between this, this will concatenate and display the string good morning like this. So you can concatenate in 2 different ways. And always you have to keep in mind that you can concatenate only two strings together, whereas you cannot concatenate a string and a number together, that is the integer value. So if you try to add an integer value to a string, it will generate the type error or incompatible data type. So incompatible data type means integer, a number and a character cannot be added, right? So that is what they are trying to explain here. So 2 plus book means you cannot add a number to the character book. So it will result in an error like unsupported operand type. So int and str. So that is integer and string cannot be added. So that is what it will display an error like this. And replicating. So replicating also called as multiplication or repeating the string again and again. So replicating means repeating a thing again and again, the same thing again and again. So here you will make use of a symbol called asterisk. So asterisk symbol we will make use of to repeat the strings or to replicate the strings. That is, the multiple copies of the string will be created. For example, I have told you the only thing is you cannot add a number to a string, but you can multiply the number to a string. So if I give here 3 asterisks hello, what will happen? This hello string will be printed 3 times. So hello, 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 and here before I close the quotes, I have given a space. So what will happen? That space will also be displayed over here. That space will be automatically displayed over here. If I'm not going to give any space, what will happen? Without any space, this hello will be displayed 3 times. And if I give 2 into 2, 2 asterisk 2, here 2 has been given as a string because it has been enclosed within quotes. So what will happen? This 2 will be displayed 2 times. So how much ever times you have asked the program to display, that many times it will display. So this is the difference between concatenation and replication. And now membership operator. So if you look at membership operator, you have two different operators like in and not in. So in operator means it will check whether the values are present in the string or not. So if it is present in that, it will return true, otherwise it will return false. And not in operator means it will return true if the character or any values does not exist in the given string. That represents a not in operator. And if you look at the example over here related to this, h in hello. So the character h is present in the string hello, so it will return true. Similarly, y in hello, it is not there, and we have used the in operator to check. Y in hello, it is not there, so it will return false. As Python is case sensitive, capital and small letters will be not treated in the same way. So HEL in hello. So capital H is there, but we have small e and small l, which is not there. So what will happen? It will return false. Similarly, y not in hello means obviously yes, y is not there in hello. And what will happen? That will return true. And similarly, H not in hello means H is there, but how can we say it is not there? So it will return false. Got it? So this is how it will work. Similarly, string 1 equal to my they have given within the quotes, which is my is a string that has been assigned to the string 1 variable. My book is another string that has been assigned to the string variable, and we are checking now whether string 1 is present in the string variable. Yes, my is present in the string variable my book. So what will happen? It will return true. So you understood. And now if you look at the comparison operator. So comparison operator means it will compare the strings using the ASCII values. So regarding this ASCII values in the very first class, in your very first chapter, I have discussed regarding this ASCII values. So each and every character which you use in the computer will have a separate values for A, for B or C, if it is going to be a capital A or capital B. So for each and every character, we have a separate values that has been assigned using the ASCII values called ASCII values. By using that, it will compare whether it both matches or not. So string 1 equal to Mary they have given, and string 2 equal to Mac. So if you compare these things, string 1 less than string 2, they are checking whether this is less than string 2, they are checking. So M, it is present, and A, both will have the same value. And if you can compare this R and C, C will have a lesser value than this R. So only after C you will get the character R. So R will have a higher ASCII value. So what will happen? This is not less than Mac. So it will return false. You understood? And one more thing, if you look at over here, strings are immutable. So regarding the list concept when we discussed, we have discussed about mutable and immutable. So mutable means you can change the values. The values are susceptible to change, but immutable means the values are not susceptible to change. So strings are immutable means you cannot change any characters or any words which you have created already. So once a string has been created, it cannot be changed anywhere in between the program, right? That is called immutable. So the values cannot be changed. That represents immutable. So if you look at over here, string 1 equal to student. So student is a string that has been assigned to string 1 variable, and str of 3 equal to p. So what they are doing here is using the index position, they are trying to assign the character P in the position 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So in the position of 3, you have the character D. So instead of D, they are trying to replace with the character P. So if you try to replace like this, what will happen? It will result in an error because instead of D, if you put P, you cannot read the word student. So that displays in the type error. Got it? So that's why strings are immutable. And some of the built-in functions, one of the most important built-in functions if you consider in string is the length function. How to find the length of a string? So to find the length of a string, based on the index positions, how we have discussed, in the same way we will find the length of the string. And for this you will use the syntax length of str. So str represents string obviously. And look at this example, word equal to good morning. So word equal to good morning they have given. How will you calculate the length of the string good morning? To count this, you have to start from the index position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The space will also be counted. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So totally you have 12 characters over here in the string good morning. So if you give the syntax as per the so if you give the syntax as per the syntax which we have seen here, length of word, if you give, what will happen? 12 will be displayed. Similarly, if you look at this another string, even the escape sequence will also be counted as one character. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 0 till 18 you have 19 characters in total. So that 19 will be retrieved. So this is how the length of the string will be calculated, and almost we have discussed all the functions related to strings. So I hope you've understood this class, children. Thank you.